Welcome into Buckeye High School. I'm Brady Hansen alongside Diego Inigas here as we are ready for the play-in game between the Buckeye Hawks and the Lake Havasu Knights. Here in this one, Lake Havasu making the about 3-hour drive all the way from the border, or I should say state line, out here to Buckeye to play in this game, and we should have a good one on our hands today, Diego.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lake Havasu, they may be 9 and 12, but they definitely have been a very pretty good this year. I mean, their batting average is around 330. They don't have as many extra base hits and stolen bases as Buckeye, and if this game is going to be a competitive one, that's going to have to change today.
So on the bump, or I should say in the circle for for Buckeye today will be Haley Palladini. And what can you tell us about her, Diego?
Oh, she is the ace for this Buckeye team. She's 5-1 on the year, with an ERA just over 3. She actually pitched a 5-inning perfect game a few weeks ago against North Canyon. She's been a very good starting pitcher for Buckeye this year.
So we're just about ready to get going of this one out here at Buckeye High School, and leading off for the Knights will be Peyton Gomboski. So Gomboski will stand into the right-handed batter's box. The DH today for Lake Havasu. First pitch to her will be swung on, poke towards right field, and it'll get down for a base hit. It gets past the outfielder, and she's rounding second. Running towards thirds, we might have an inside the park. She keeps going all the way around, and the first pitch of the game will be an inside the park home run for Peyton Glomboski to start this one.
Well, that is one way to get your first home run of the year. Not only that for Glemboski, but man, what a start if you're Lake Havasu against this high-powered Buckeye offense.
So now standing in will be the shortstop for the Knights in Kylie Gallo. First pitch to her will be taken for ball one.
This is the 22nd at bat on the year for Gallo, 7 of 21 so far. Still looking for her first extra base hit of the year.
The 1-0 is weakly chopped towards third. Throw across the diamond will be in time for out number one here in the first.
That was just the 5th extra base hit of the year allowed by Palladini, all of them home runs.
So now standing in will be the first baseman for the Knights in Natalia Slater. Off-speed pitch poked off for strike number one. Good job by Slater there just to get the hands out in front and foul it off. Palladini winds up. Here's the pitch. In there, strike number two.
Palladini with 70 strikeouts on the year. She is no stranger.
The 0-2. Off speed, misses well outside. 1-2.
She is no stranger to collecting Ks, Haley Palladini.
Winds up the 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Down goes Slater. 2 away in the inning.
And good response to the opening batter of the game, Palladini. Once she gets in a rhythm, which she usually does throughout the whole game, forget about it.
So now standing in will be the pitcher for Lake Havasu and Haley Martin. First pitch to her. Off speed, bounces well before the plate. Ball one.
Talk about a two-way player. Haley Martin with a 406 batting average, 16 RBIs on the year, 5-4 record.
Pitch will be fouled back in, out of play. 1-1 the count.
All the way to the empty baseball field to our right.
Martin with an open stance in the right-handed batter's box. The 1-1 pitch. Off speed, she waited on it, but hooks it foul for strike number 2. The second batter in a row with a 2-strike count here for Palladini. Gets her sign. The 1-2. This is outside, 2-2 the count.
Thankfully, nobody was on base for that.
Corner shaded in. 2-2, 2 away in the inning. Rung up on strike 3. Beautiful off speed. Hit the outside corner. And Palladini able to limit the damage to 1. It'll be 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Welcome back in. Bottom of the first here is the Lake Havasu Knights have already taken an early 1-0 lead thanks to the leadoff homer by Peyton Glomboski, and now the Hawks will have their chance to fight back here as leading off for them will be their third baseman and Kalea Kaluna.
And yeah, the opening batters for this Buckeye order just incredible. The first 3 batters alone have batting averages greater than 400.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 3, Kalela Kaluna.
So Kalea Kaluna will stand in to the box to get the Hawks rolling here in this one. First pitch from Martin will be in there for strike number 1. Saw Martin end the inning in the top half by looking at strike 3. Looks to do the same here to the Hawks. That pitch is hit high towards right field, and it will be caught there by Bell out and right for out number 1. So 2 pitches, 1 out. Quick start here for Haley Martin. As now standing in will be Val Villa, the first baseman for this Hawks team.
Villa with 8 extra base hits on the year.
First pitch to her, fouled into the mitt for strike 1.
Valvia's batting average 476 on the year.
Crazy impressive. Next pitch will be chopped towards third, and it'll roll foul 0-2.
Good job not making a play on that by the third baseman that time.
Yeah, smart play there by Navarro. Villa is your typical slap hitter from the left side. Can do just put one in play and use her speed. The 0-2, off speed. Good job just to foul that one off.
And you don't want to let Valvia get on base because she has 19 stolen bases on the year, which is actually more than this entire Knights team combined.
The 0-2 once more. Chopped foul, and Villa does a good job of staying alive.
It's going to be interesting to see how Buckeye responds after that first pitch inside the park home run.
That one's popped up to the catcher. Time called. I believe the call is out as Via was out of the box when she made contact with the ball. So that will be out number 2.
Now batting, number 2,
I actually saw an out recorded like that a few weeks ago. Via's foot must have gone out of the box.
First pitch here to her sister Sophia. Via is hit up the middle for a base hit, and the Hawks have their first base runner of the game.
534 hitter getting on base. That would have been a very, very rare feat, putting up a 1-2-3 up against this Buckeye batting order.
At the plate, number 10, Jazz Barrios.
So now standing in will be the catcher Jazz Barrios. She stands in with a runner on first.
Buckeye has 8 home runs on the year. Barrios has 2 of them.
Showing bunt. Ball gets away from Jaramillo. And the runner will advance to second on the wild pitch. The 1-0 is roped foul down the left field line. Long strike. 1-1 the count.
And Buckeye is no stranger to breakout innings, so it's very important if you're Haley Martin. You got to get this out and move on to the next inning.
1-1. That one's poked right into the Lake Havasu dugout for strike number 2.
Martin seems very calm to start this game, even giddy it looks like.
Martin, 1 strike away from getting out of the jam, escaping the inning without a run. Here's the pitch. Off speed, grounded right back to her off the end of the bat. Will flip it over to first for the easy out. And good job there by Martin to limit the damage. 1-0 as we head to the top of the second.
Brown with Varsity Sports. Marshall Brown with Varsity Sports here with Buckeye head coach Trey Rivera. Coach, it's a really good big play-in game today. Tell me the importance of today's game.
You know, we're at the point where it's, you win to survive, Hopefully, I think our team's enough to make a good run and make it to the second or third round of state, but it all starts today, so we'll see how we respond today.
Yeah, absolutely. A big thing about it, too, is confidence. What do you tell your team going into this game to keep their confidence at all-time high?
Just believe in each other. I tell them every time they come to the plate, hey, I believe in you. Let's go, I believe in you. I think that's where it all starts, is letting them know I believe in them. Hopefully, the whole team behind them believes in them. But I think we do believe in each other here.
Thank you, Coach.
Welcome back into Buckeye High School. Brady Hansen alongside Diego Iniguez here as it's 1-0 in favor of Lake Havasu after 1. Top of the second will be led off by the left fielder Vivian Velasquez as Havasu looks to tack on a couple more and add to this lead.
Yeah, very impressive first inning to start it off for Lake Havasu. They have the momentum right now. Let's see if they can capitalize. in this second inning.
First pitch of the second inning will be taken outside for ball one.
The second, number 14, Velasquez.
Palladini. Pitch is fouled back and out of play for strike number one. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Palladini did a great job of settling in after that first home run by Glombowski.
The 1-1 offering drills her, and that'll be a free base runner for the Knights as the first hitter in each inning has reached base safely. This first was an inside the park homer, this time a hit by a pitch, and that brings up Emily Navarro.
And right as I say that, she allows a hit by pitch.
Knights third baseman takes first pitch she sees for ball number one.
And as I mentioned earlier, this is a Lake Havasu team that doesn't steal a lot, only 18 stolen bases on the year.
Pitch is roped foul down the line. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 offering. In there, strike number two. Don't know what Navarro was looking for there, but clearly it wasn't the strike that she got. The 1-2 offering. Just ripped foul and out of play. Count will remain at 1-2.
A lot of foul balls in the direction of the Lake Havasu dugout this inning. Palladini looking for her third strikeout of the game.
Palladini searching for a grip. She's got it. The pitch misses up. Back pick, not in time. And we'll probably have to fix the base over there at first as the hand of Velasquez got right under it and knocked it loose. Try and dig it out of our hands. Might need to come grab the dig tool. And it looks like we are going to need it. So grounds crew may be needed on the scene. Too much dirt in the hole over at first base.
This kind of reminds me of Gus Johnson's Big 12 championship game call.
Mm-hmm.
And now they bring out the garden tools.
And here comes head coach Trey Rivera with the dig tool, trying to get all the dirt scooped out of the hole. I've had a couple experiences of that after some baseball practices, having to dig the dirt out of the hole to get the stopper in and all that. It's not fun. The tool's not the best to use, but you know, you need the length to get down in there and dig it up. Looks like we're good to go. Base is back in place. And we should be ready to continue with the softball game here. So Palladini will stand towards the back of the circle and re-engage with the rubber. 2-2 offering. Off speed, misses just outside. Count runs full. Full count to Navarro. Velasquez on first. No outs in the inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses high, and another batter gets a free pass. Runners on first and second. No outs in the inning.
Wow, rare loss of command there by Palladini. She was ahead in that count 1-2. Now all of a sudden the first two have reached for Lake Havasu.
So now standing in for the Knights will be the center fielder, Madison Nutt. First pitch to her. Bunt shown. She gets it down towards the first baseline. Only play will be to first, and it's out of the glove there of McCoy. So an error allows the bases to be loaded with no outs here in the inning.
And normally this is what Buckeye does to their opponents. Today, in this playing game, the script has been flipped.
Now will be the 8-hole hitter in Jaylee Johnston, the second baseman for the Knights. Stands in with bases loaded, no outs. Infield is in here for the Hawks as Johnson swings through the first one. Palladini looking to get herself out of a jam here. Loops in an off speed into the other batter's box for ball one.
Johnston just over 300 on the year.
Swings through that one. 1-2 now the count. Strikeout would be huge here for Palladini. Allows the middle infield to move back with an opportunity for a double play. The 1-2. Misses up. 2-2 the count.
It's very strange to see. Normally you just see Palladini recording strikeouts at will. Having a little trouble with their command so far this inning.
2-2 offering misses a little low and in, and the count will run full. So full count, no outs, and the base is juiced here for Johnston. Palladini looks, gets your sign, gets the grip. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. One away here in the top of the second.
And man, what a huge morale booster that strikeout is. Still a long way to go, but a ground ball double play could end this inning with no runs being scored.
So now standing in will be Jovi Bell, the right fielder and the 9-hole hitter here for the Knights. First pitch swung through it, strike one. Middle infield still playing in, so it looks like they'll just go home with it instead of trying to get a double play. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike two.
And Bell batting 143 so far on the year.
The 0-2 pitch. Caught her looking, strike three. Down goes Bell. And now Palladini's 1 out away, getting out of the jam. Now standing in will be the DH and leadoff hitter in Peyton Glomboski. So the top of the order comes to the plate. Glomboski already 1 for 1. That leadoff homer to start the game. First pitch runs inside for ball one.
And on the first pitch of the game, no less, getting that inside the park home run. Palladini has a chance to come full circle here.
1-0. Misses up and away. 2-0. Glomboski hitting in the DH spot for the catcher, Jaramillo. Catches the corner there for strike one. 2-1 now the count. Two-one offering. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Now Palladini's 1 strike away from getting out of the bases loaded jam.
And we've seen some impressive displays of pitching from Palladini so far this year. Getting out of this jam would be high on that list.
Count runs full. Runners will be on the move here. Full count, 2 away in the top of the second. 1-0 lead here for the Knights. Glomboski, the lone run scorer and RBI hitter, looking to add more. Payoff pitch. Misses. Low and in. And Palladini walks in a run. It'll be 2-0 in favor of the Knights.
Palladini was super close to getting out of this jam, but still has a chance to get out of it with just 1 run being scored in this inning.
So Palladini walks in a run and now has to face the 2-hole hitter in Kylie Gallo. First pitch you'll see in this at bat is taken for strike number 1. The 0-1 to Gallo. Misses up and out. 1-1 the count. Back pick was not in time. Caught me looking down at my score sheet to mark the ball during that one.
Gallo grounded out her first time around.
That pitch will be grounded towards the pitcher. Palladini will flip it over to first. So limits the damage to only 1 after loading the bases of no outs. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 2-0 in favor of the Knights.
Well, Marshall Brown with Varsity Sports here with Lake Havasu head coach Carly Robinson. Carly, tell me today, it's a big game, big playing game. You're here in a away field. How big is confidence for your team?
It's huge, especially going off our last game. We didn't really play up to our potential. And we had a really nice practice yesterday, and we came out of practice feeling good about today. I think the girls are ready to play hard, and if anything, have fun. I've got 8 seniors, so this could be their last game. So I think their leadership on and off the field is going to be really big, and like I said, I think we're ready to go, and confidence is high, energy is high.
Awesome. Do we have any specific strategy coming in today against Saguaro?
Defense. I always tell them defense wins games, defense wins championships. We hit the ball well last game, so if we can continue that into this game, but then just have a little bit better defense, then we're looking good.
Bottom 2, Hawks find themselves in a 2-0 hole. Lake Havasu is leading off the bottom of the second for them. Will be their center fielder, Clay Ellis. First pitch, Ellis will receive from Martin. Shows bunt. Fails to get it down. Strike 1. Martin winds up. Here's the pitch. In there. Strike number 2.
Martin's still looking very comfortable up there. Ahead with an 0-2 count.
The 0-2 pitch. Off speed. Bounces in front of the plate. Ball 1. Martin re-engages with the rubber. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Dropped by Jaramil. Throw down to first. Unable to grab it there is Slater. And Ellis will round second. She's going for 3. She'll stay standing in third, so it dropped third strike. Gets her to advance all the way to third.
And that very nearly reminded me of the ending to that Rangers-Giants game the other day. The oddest walk-off you'll ever see.
So now standing in will be Manny McCoy. First pitch she sees will be taken. Ball 1.
McCoy with 8 extra base hits on the year, 2 of them for homers.
Takes ball 2 there.
Very, very close to batting 300 on the year.
2-0 count. No one away in the inning. Runner on third for McCoy. Ball in the dirt. Good block there by Jaramillo. 3-0 the count.
And it may be 2-0 Lake Havasu right now, but with that score against Buckeye, this game might as well be tied.
Shows bunt. Pulls it back. Ball 4 will be issued. And the first walk issued here by Martin.
Coming to the plate, number 14, Peyton Aguirre.
So now runners on the corners. Expect to see a steal here from McCoy. Try and bait a throw into second. As now standing in will be the right fielder in Peyton Aguirre. First pitch in there for strike 1. Pump fake throw down to second. And McCoy will be in there standing.
Second stolen base of the game already for Buckeye. 107 stolen bases going into this game.
The 1-0. That one will be hit right back to the pitcher. Only play will be to first. So the run will come across to score on the ground out. One away in the inning, 2-1 score in favor of the Knights.
Now batting number 11, Maddie Blackwell.
Now standing in will be the left fielder in Madison Blackwell. First pitch she sees will be poked out towards short. Weird hop. Throw comes home. Not in time.
Well, personally, I think that throw should have gone to first base right there. I didn't really think there was a chance to catch the runner at home.
Coming up, number 15.
So Blackwell will earn the RBI on the fielder's choice that brings home a run and doesn't record an out. This game's knotted at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the second. So now standing in will be the pitcher in Haley Palladini. Going to give herself some run support. First pitch to her. Taken up, ball 1.
A great job by the bottom half of this Buckeye batting order getting this game tied up at 2.
The 1-0. Misses there, 2-0. Looks like Martin's scooping some dirt in the landing spot there in front of the rubber. 2-0 pitch. Just miss for ball 3. Runner on first, 3-0 count, in danger of walking another. Here's the pitch. Catches the inside corner, strike 1.
I think Palladini would be more than content here if she was able to get on with a walk.
Palladini gotta look for her pitch here. She got it, fouled it back, count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the inning. Runner on first is Blackwell. Payoff pitch. In there, strike 3, caught her looking. Now 2 away in the inning.
A good job by Martin right there. After the first inning she had it, getting that second out against Palladini, very, very, very critical.
So now back to the top of the order as Kalalia Kaluna stands in. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Runner goes. Throw down, not in time. So Blackwell earns the stolen base, stands in second.
Blackwell's 8th stolen base on the year.
The 0-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Martin, 1 strike away from escaping and leaving this game tied at 2. Here's the pitch. Misses up and away. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 offering. Off speed, loops in there just high. 2-2 the count. Very tough one to lay off.
Yeah, I thought that was going to hit the top of the zone, but 2-2 count.
2-2 count, 2 away in the inning, and that one's fouled back. So Kaluna doing a good job staying alive here. Looking to put something in the outfield, hopefully score Blackwell from second. The 2-2 once more. Off speed. Just missed up again. Full count.
And those are two very difficult pitches to lay off right there.
So you can see Kaluna hold her swing back on that one. Full count, 2 away in the inning. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. Hit high in the air, popped up in the infield. It'll be Johnston running over from second base to make the play. So 2 runs given up as the Hawks knotted up at 2 apiece. We'll head to the top of the third. Top 3 here at Buckeye High School. Brady Hanson alongside Diego Inigas. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast here on Varsity Sports, as it's a 2-2 game between the Lake Havasu Knights and the Buckeye Hawks. Standing in for Lake Havasu will be their first baseman in Natalia Slater as she looks at strike 1. Slater went down swinging back in the first, looking to reverse her fortunes here. The 0-1. Swung through at 0-2.
Now batting for the Knights, number 11, Slater.
So Slater already finds herself in a hole. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Gets one over the plate. Grounds it towards second. McCoy flips it over. Out number 1.
And besides Peyton Glombowski, I mean, Palladini's done a very good job at containing the top half of this batting order for the Knights.
Yeah, the home run earlier in this game by Glombowski is the only hit registered so far for the Knights. All other base runners have reached either by walk, hit by pitch, or error. As the first pitch here to Martin is popped up, it'll be fielded by the first baseman, Valvia, for out number 2.
And this sequence of events feels much, much more in tune with what we've seen from Palladini this year. And when she does well, things follow suit with their batting order, and Buckeye gets in that rhythm.
Now standing in will be Vivian Velasquez. She was hit by a pitch and later came around to score back in the second. First pitch she sees well out in front of it, cuts through it for strike 1. Good off speed there from Palladini.
That last inning was especially long and strenuous for Palladini, a chance for a very quick 1-2-3 inning here.
That pitch misses outside, 1-1 the count. Palladini gets her sign, gets her grip. Here's the pitch. Just misses the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Two-one count, 2 away in the inning here for the Hawks. Here's the pitch. Jams her, fouled off. 2-2 now to Velasquez.
One thing we have not seen so far in this ballgame is a 1-2-3 inning.
Pitch misses outside. Count runs full. Full count, 2 away here in the top of the third. Pitch runs in and she gets hit yet again. So Velasquez will reach base twice with 2 hit by pitches.
Well, in a game about like this, reach base by any means necessary.
You know, those are the ones that aren't fun at all because you're already in a 3-ball count and then getting hit. Kind of wish you'd just rather move out of the way of that one and take the base without the pain. So now standing in will be third baseman Emily Navarro.
Now batting number 15.
She reached with a walk her last time up back in the second.
Navarro has 7 of the 30 extra base hits.
First pitch will be roped down the line, but foul for strike number 1. Palladini's now gone 13 batters without allowing a hit, but in that time has allowed 5 base runners.
Yeah, and it goes back to that struggle with command that I
Just missed there.
Yeah, Palladini's been struggling with command more than usual today. About 70 strikeouts going into this game compared to 37 walks.
1-1 in there for strike number 2.
Still plenty of time to correct that, though.
The 1-2 count. Pitch misses up. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the third, 2-2 game. And Palladini looking to escape, get the Hawks back up at the plate. Rung up on strike 3 on the outside corner. Down goes Navarro. And the first scoreless inning for the Knights as we'll head to the bottom of the third. Welcome back into Buckeye High School here. Bottom of the third, 2-2 game. And leading off the bottom of the second will be Val Villa, the first baseman here for the Hawks. First pitch to her will be slapped back for strike number 1. Villa, her first time around, was called out on a pitch popped up to the catcher. She was called out for hitting the ball outside of the batter's box. She fouls that one back, 0-2. It's always the danger with slap hitting is you don't want to run out of the box there and end up hitting yourself into an out because of that.
Yeah, and the top half of this batting order for Buckeye really hasn't taken off yet so far today.
That one's poked up in the air, and it'll drop in right behind the shortstop Gallo for a base hit.
But that's a good way to start.
It's the first base hit since Sofia Villa, who's standing up to the plate now, back in the first. So Sofia will stand in. Chance runner on first. And she'll look to drive in her sister standing over there on first base. Time called.
So the Villa sisters with the 2 hits for the Hawks today.
Looked like Barrios was Justin her shoe in the on-deck circle. Strike one. So the runner got halfway down the line and then retreated back to first. Almost drew a throw. The 0-1 offering. That one will be chopped towards short. Throw across the diamond on a fielded hop. And safe is the call at first, as Villa is able to beat it out for an infield single.
I wasn't sure if that was going to be caught, and Villa would have had to go back to first base, but
yeah, it looked like Gallo struggled a bit fielding that one on the hop over there at short. Results in an infield single, so Villa sisters find themselves on first and second. No outs here now for Jazz Barrios. First pitch to her. Bunt shown, pulled back. Runners frozen on the base paths. And a good play design there from Buckeye, but they don't get anything out of it. Textbook defense from the Knights.
yeah, a good job by the Knights not allowing any stolen bases in this inning like we've seen in the previous two.
Barrios swings through that one for strike one. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1. This is just outside. Runners do go. A double steal with no throw. So now runners in scoring position for Barrios.
And it's almost like second nature for Buckeye.
1-2 pitch. This is up. The scoreboard says 2-2, but I have 3-1 as the count. I believe that's what it is. That one's roped up the middle. It'll get down for a base hit. One run will come home to score. The other run will hold up at third. And an RBI single from Barrios puts the Hawks up for their first lead of the game.
Now this third inning could very easily go down as the inning where Buckeye took control of this game. The great inning pitched by Palladini, and now the first three have reached, and Buckeye has their first lead of the game.
We will have a pinch runner here for the catcher in Barrios.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 1, Thea Scott.
Looks like it'll be number 1, Thea Scott. The courtesy runner will be on first, and look to see another steal attempt here from Scott. Now standing in will be Kalea Ellis. First pitch to Ellis, bunt shown, pulls back. Pump fake. No runner. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. That one's roped towards left field. It'll go down for a base hit. Cutting it off is Velasquez. Throw will go into third. No one covering second. And an RBI double here for Ellis.
And my goodness, Buckeye did face a threat the first few innings, but my goodness, have they responded.
That'll run the score up to 4-2 now for the Hawks. Still no outs in the inning as Martin struggles here in the circle. Bunt shown, pitch outside, ball 1.
Make that the first 4 that have reached for Buckeye in this third inning.
All by way of a hit as Miney McCoy stands in. She'll foul that one off to even the count at 1 apiece. McCoy so far in this one reached with a walk and stole a base. Back in the second. The 1-1 offering. Catch the outside corner. 1-2 now the count. 1-2 for Martin. Off speed, loops in there well high. 2-2 now the count. 2-2 count to McCoy. 2 ducks on the pond over there in scoring position. No outs in the inning. Already 2 scored here in the bottom of the third. That pitch is hit foul and out of play above the Lake Havasu dugout. So count will stay even at 2 apiece. Martin winds up the 2-2 once more. Off speed, poked high in the air, moving in his gallows. She'll make the play. So the pop out gets the first out of the inning here for Martin. And now standing in will be Peyton Aguirre, the right fielder.
Boy, did Martin need that. Just a straight up pop out to get her first out of the inning. Still runners on second and third, though.
So Aguirre so far in this one, 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher, but she did earn an RBI in that at bat. She's got runners in scoring position for her now. First pitch will be poked down the first baseline, but foul. 0-1 now the count for Martin. Aguirre looking to tack on 2 more RBIs to her total here today. And she'll poke that one towards first base. Play will be as Slater will just run up and tag her out. Run will come home to score, though. And another RBI ground out for Aguirre.
And smart play not throwing it to home, just getting the out at first. Really nothing that could be done on a throw home.
Number 11, Maddie Blackwell.
So 2 away in the inning. 3 runs have already come across the score now as left fielder Maddie Blackwell stands in and takes ball 1.
Blackwell was able to drive in the second run of the game on a fielder's choice.
Takes pitch there. 2-0 the count. Two-0 offering. Hit hard down the right field line, but hooking foul.
It's usually around these innings where Buckeye is really able to break away with it. If this lead can be contained to just 3 runs for Lake Havasu, or deficit, excuse me, you still have a chance to come back and make this game interesting.
So some discussion here. Don't know what that was all about. It looks like we're ready to go as Martin re-engages with the rubber. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Roped on a line towards short on a hop. Throw across the diamond in time. So Havasu gives up 3, but able to hold it there. We'll head to the top of the 4th, 5-2 in favor of the Hawks. Welcome back in. Top 4 here at Buckeye High School as the Hawks lead 5-2 over the visiting Lake Havasu Knights. And standing in for the Knights will be their center fielder in Madison Nutt. First pitch to her. Swung on, fouled back, strike one. Nutt so far today, 0 for 1, reached on an error back in the second.
Extra base hits and stolen bases, the story of this game and of the season so far for Buckeye, using them to their advantage.
Off-speed pitch there, will miss low and in, 1-1.
Lake Havasu trying to reignite the magic that they experienced in the first 2 innings of this game.
1-1 count. Pitch misses a little up, 2-1. Fouled back, evens count up at 2 apiece. Palladini looking for her first 1-2-3 inning today. Would be our first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Two-two offering. Off speed will be chopped down the first base line, and not in time. It'll be an infield single there for Nutt.
And I don't think you could have a more perfect infield hit if you tried.
The swinging bunt, if you will, perfectly placed right on the first base line, allows Nutt to reach with an infield single. As now standing in will be the second baseman, Jaylee Johnston. Johnston so far today went down swinging. She'll take ball one here.
And how many hitters had it been since Palladini allowed a hit before that?
It had been the first batter of the game in Glomboski, as ball two is taken there. It's going to be, let me do my counting real quick. 16 batters without a hit. Of course, or I should say 6 base runners allowed as strike one is in there to Johnson. So 16 batters without a hit, but did issue 6 base runners there by hit by pitches, walks, and errors. 2-1. Swung on, fouled away. 2-2 the count. Two-two count. No one out here with Nutt standing on first. Johnston looking to drive her in. Get back those runs lost in the bottom of the inning. Swings through it, strike three. And down goes Johnston, swinging for the second time today. One out here in the top of the fourth. Now standing in will be the right fielder in Jovi Bell. She went down looking. Her first time up back in the second. First pitch she sees. Swung on, hit high in the air. Back towards the infield grass. It'll get down for a base hit. Runners will stay put at first and second, and Bell reaches with a single.
I was just about to say Palladini was about to get back into the rhythm we saw in the third inning. Just an unfortunate shallow fly ball into right field.
Now standing in will be the top of the order in Peyton Glomboski. First pitch. Swung on, roped down the first base line, but foul for strike number one.
And Glombowski's been the one batter that Palladini has just not been able to put away today. Obviously, the first pitch inside the park home run of the game. And a walk in the second inning with the bases loaded.
The 0-1 misses well outside. Looked like that one slipped there. 2-2. Or excuse me, 1-1. Don't know where that came from.
Well, there's been a pretty good amount of 2-2 counts in this game.
That's true. That is true. The 1-1. Right over the plate there. 1-2 now the count.
Good location from Palladini.
1-2 count. Glomboski going to put one in play here. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, stays alive. Count remains 1-2. Only one away in the inning. Runners on first and second. Double play is in effect. Palladini gets her sign. Here's the pitch. Rope towards the left center gap. That'll get down for a base hit. One run will come around to score. Bell's around in second. She's going to third. Runners will stay put in scoring position. It's an RBI double here from Glomboski.
Palladini just cannot put Glombowski away. Glombowski almost single-handedly keeping Lake Havasu in this game.
Yeah, Glomboski has all 3 RBI today for the Knights. Gotten one in every time she's come up to the plate. Strike one's taken there by the shortstop, Kylie Gallo.
Just 7 RBIs recorded by Glombowski before this game today, but she has 3 today.
Strike 2 in there on the inside corner. So quickly falling down into an 0-2 count is Gallo. The 0-2 to Gallo. Swung on, fouled back, stays alive. Gallo so far today, 2 groundouts, 1 to third, 1 back to the pitcher. Got an opportunity with runners in scoring position. The 0-2 once more. Outside, ball 1. Good miss though if you're Palladini.
Yeah, when it's 0-2, you can afford to do more of your fancy stuff, try to get them to chase.
That one's hit high in the air. Stays in the infield, calling for it and catching it there is Kaluna for out number 2.
Number 11, Slater.
So now standing in will be Natalia Slater, the first baseman here for the Lake Havasu Knights.
With Buckeyes batters going the way they have been the past 2 innings, tying up this game now, it's incredibly important.
Back pick not in time as Bell dives back in safely. 1-0 the count, Slater. One 0. Catches a little too much of the plate. Slater just missed it. 1-1. One count to the Knights' first baseman. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Stayed back on it. Fouls it off. 1-2 now the count. So Palladini 1 strike away of keeping the damage minimal just to one run. The 1-2 offering. Misses up. 2-2 the count. Two on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 4th, Havasu finds themselves down 2. Here's the pitch. Off speed in the other batter's box. Full count now. 2 away.
Maddox, shut up.
Here's the payoff pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 3, and down Slater goes. Looking for a second strikeout today. But Havasu does strike for 1. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 5-3 in favor of the Hawks.
Paladini.
Welcome back in. Bottom four here as the Buckeye Hawks lead by a score of 5-3. And leading off for them will be the bottom of the order, the pitcher, Palladini, as she'll pop up the first pitch she sees. Called for and caught there by Johnson for out number 1.
0-2 now. 0 for 2 now on the day for Palladini.
Now batting number 3, Kalela Kaluna.
So now standing in will be the top of the order and third baseman in Kalela Kaluna.
Still trying to get her first hit of the day.
First pitch misses for ball 1. As you said, still looking for her first hit of the day. Kaluna 0 for 2 so far with a fly out to right and a pop out to second. 1-0 offering. Catches the corner there. 1-1. One out. 1 strike, 1 ball. 1-1. Will be grounded towards second. Gets under the legs there of Johnston. And Kaluna will reach with an E4.
Coming to the plate, number 12, Val.
Man, what a bad break if you're Lake Havasu. Looking potentially at getting the first 2 outs of this inning against the top part of this batting order for Buckeye. Still can get the double play, though.
Bunt shown, popped up, and foul as it hit the plate. 0-1 the count to Val Villa. Villa so far today, 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base. The 0-1. Runner goes. Fouled off. 0-2 now the count. So a hit and run. If you're able to get some aluminum on it and prevent the runner from being thrown out on the stolen base attempt.
And it's very difficult not to flinch when one of those softballs or baseballs heads back towards you.
Up the middle. That'll get down for a base hit. Second of the day for Valvia. And now 2 runners on, with only 1 away here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting
And here comes Sophia Villa.
Villa.
Sophia Villa, the only player today with 2 hits for the Hawks. She's got 2 singles. Singled back in the first and advanced on a wild pitch, and then stole a base after singling in the third. First pitch she sees, shows bunt, takes it back. Strike 1 will be the call. So Martin still trying to limit damage here in the 4th. That pitch will be roped up the middle. It'll get down for a base hit. Runners will play station to station as the throw comes in the 3rd. Bases juiced now, 1 away here in the 4th. So 3 hits and 3 at-bats today for Sofia Villa. Now standing in will be the catcher in Jazz Barrios.
And that E4 a few batters ago has the Knights in dangerous territory.
First pitch taken for ball 1. The Hawks backstop is 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the 3rd, got an RBI. Go along with it. 1-0. Offered at it. Maybe she did. No official signal from the ump. So it looks like it'll be ruled a ball, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Misses well up. Count runs to 3-0. Now Martin in danger of walking in a run. Martin re-engages with the rubber. Standing on the left side of it. bunt showed, pulled back. Ball 4, run walked in by Martin. And the lead runs back up to 3 for the Hawks.
And you just had a feeling after that error that something was going to happen for Lake Havasu in this inning.
So head coach Carly Robinson will come out to the circle, have a meeting with the infield, kind of calm her pitcher down after walking in the run there. 6-3 the score here at Buckeye High School. Buckeye didn't score in the first, scored every inning since. The only inning Havasu hasn't scored is back in the third.
Yeah, Lake Havasu started out this game strong, up 2-0 after the top half of the second inning, but 6 of the last 7 runs have been scored by Buckeye.
So the meeting in the circle still commencing, and now it'll finally get broken up. So we're ready to go here in Buckeye. So 6-3 will be the score. Kalea Ellis will stand in. Bases juiced and 1 away. Ellis so far today, 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Ellis stands back in. Martin, here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off. 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out up on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. That one's roped up the middle. It'll get down for a base hit. 1 run will come home. Second's being waved home. It's a 2 RBI base hit for Kalea Ellis.
And this game has been broken wide open in favor of Buckeye.
Now batting number 7, Mighty McCoy.
So the 2 RBI base hit from Kalea Ellis makes it an 8-3 game in favor of the Hawks. And now standing in will be Mighty McCoy. His first pitch she sees will be taken for strike 1.
And you got to feel a bit for Lake Havasu here. It looked like they had something going in the top half of this inning, but just an unfortunate web of circumstances.
That one will drop right over the first baseman's head. 1 run will come home to score. Runner will round third but stay there. And McCoy will advance to second. No throw. It'll be an RBI single.
To the plate, number 14, Peyton Aguirre.
Now standing in will be Peyton Aguirre. Aguirre so far today 0 for 2, but 2 RBI in her last 2 plate appearances as she takes ball 1. She's got 2 groundouts, but has earned an RBI in each of those groundouts. As Jaramillo just runs Ellis back to the bag over there at third. Still only 1 away in the inning. It's 9-3 now as Buckeye has put up a 4 spot here in the 4th. The 1-0. Hit down the right field line, hooking, foul.
And no matter what batter you face, pitch against for this Buckeye order, they're all very dangerous hitters. I mean, there is no easy outs if you're Lake Havasu.
So 1-1 count, 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. 9-3 the score in favor of the Hawks. Martin looking to escape yet again. That pitch is hit high in the air towards right field. Moving in, there's Bell. She'll dive and she won't get it. Ball gets away from her. 1 run will score. Second coming home. Gira is rounding. She'll be in there with a 2 RBI triple.
Now batting, number 11, Maddie Blackwell.
So here in the bottom of the 4th, the Hawks have blown it open. 6-run inning to make it 11-3 in favor of the home squad. As now standing in will be the left fielder in Madison Blackwell.
And boy, does it feel like a long way from that first out of this inning.
First pitch to Blackwell. Takes ball 1. Two more runs here for the Hawks. Could be the end of the game with the Mercy. Pitch. Misses a little low. 2-0 the count. Martin still working in the circle. Struggled so far in this one after a dominant first inning. 2-0. Fouled back. 2-1 the count.
A few innings ago, a mercy rule seemed almost out of the question with the way Lake Havasu was playing, but once again, Buckeye, it just proves how strong they are as a team with their batting, their pitching. It's all around a great team.
Blackwell is the last batter to be sent to the plate this inning that hasn't already come up. As ball 3 is taken there, so following this at bat, Haley Palladini will come back up to the plate as the Hawks will have batted around. 3-1. That one's hit up the middle. It'll be fielded by the second baseman, Johnston. Run will come home to score, but an RBI ground out here for Blackwell. So now standing in is Haley Palladini for her second at bat this inning.
Well, we've seen just about everything from this Buckeye batting order this inning. Palladini getting a hit here would be the cherry on top.
First pitch taken there for ball number 1. The 1-0. Swung on and miss. Strike 1. Tried holding her swing up there, just went around a little too far and she knew it. 1-1 count, 2 away here in the inning. Swings through that one, 1-2. So Palladini falls behind, 1-2 now the count, 2 away in the inning. As Martin looks trying to escape. Off speed, just missed there. 2-2 now the count.
Good take by Palladini. Even though she's 0 for 2 on the day, her first at bat, she did draw a 3-0 count. So she is a very patient hitter.
2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the inning. Swung on and missed, strike 3. But the damage has been done. 7 runs scored here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back with the top of the 5th. Havasu has a lot of ground to make up. Top 5 Here's the score is 12-3 in favor of Buckeye. Brady Hansen alongside Diego Inigas. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Buckeye versus Lake Havasu softball here on this Wednesday night. First pitch to the pitcher, Haley Martin, will be taken for strike number 1. Martin gave up 7 in the bottom of the 4th. She's going to look to try and give herself some run support and get those runs back for herself. Fouls that one off. 0-2 now the count to the Knights pitcher.
Yeah, just an unfortunate pitching break for Martin in that 4th inning. Getting that first out and then having that ground ball error, the next batter around really made things unravel.
Ball taken there. 1-2 now the count to Martin. Martin with that open stance. The 1-2 offering. Off speed. Poked and popped up. Just out of the reach there of Valvia. Will be nothing but a strike as the foul ball keeps Martin alive. Count remains at 1-2.
Almost right into the fence there for Villa.
Very tough play. You know, you're always running into the fence and aware of that as you're doing it. So that one's fouled back. Good job by Martin here to stay alive. Martin so far today 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a pop out to the third baseman. Palladini gets her sign. Here's the pitch. That one will be grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. So Martin gets things started here for the Knights in the top of the 5th, but they still got a lot of ground to make up.
And there's Martin with the 406 batting average. Really being put on display there.
So now standing in will be Vivian Velasquez. 2 plate appearances, but still no official recorded at-bats as she's been hit by a pitch twice in this one.
Trifecta incoming.
That one's popped up right back towards us. No one makes a play. Strike 1.
For a second, I thought they were going to get to keep it. Normally, it's the catcher who asks for those softballs back, but
The 0-1 will be grounded right up the middle. Identical spot. And another base hit as we'll play station to station here. So the Knights showing some life. 2 base hits start this top of the 5th.
yeah, and it's very similar to what they showed after being down 5-2 earlier. I mean, in that 4th inning, their hitting definitely showed life, and Lake Havasu's not going to go down without a fight.
Now standing in will be the third baseman, Emily Navarro. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout so far in this one. First pitch from Palladini. Miss slow, ball 1. Palladini so far today, 6 strikeouts. As you mentioned earlier, Diego, that strikeout rate very high for Palladini. That one will be grounded right back to her, off her glove. She will have enough time to flip it over to first to get the out. It'll work as a sac bunt as the runners advance to scoring position.
Coming to the plate, number 10, Nutt.
Lake Havasu was in the exact same position. Last inning had runners on second and third with 1 out, just not able to bring the runners home, and what could have tied this ball game.
So now standing in will be Madison Nutt, the center fielder for this Knights team. First pitch she gets, she'll foul off for strike number 1.
Right towards our cameraman, Marshall Brown.
So 0-1 will be the count to Nutt. She's got runners in scoring position, only 1 away. It's a chance to put 2 more on the board here. Off speed, bounces in front of the plate, ball taken, 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of the 5th. It's the offering. Catches all of the plate with that one, 1-2.
Palladini's gotten out of 2 very big jams in this game. Obviously, the second inning, only able to get out of there with 1 run on a bases loaded jam.
Fouled back and over us this time. Count remains 1-2.
And 6 strikeouts on the day feels like a below average day for Palladini. That's how many strikeouts she usually gets per game.
Sat back on the off speed, still a little too early on it. She grounds that one foul towards the third baseline. And a good job here by Nutt to protect and stay alive in this at bat. The 1-2 once more. Catches the outside corner, gets her looking for strike number 3.
Now batting number 9, Johnson.
Now standing in will be the second baseman in Jaylee Johnson.
And Palladini just has a way of catching the outside corner and really accumulating those Ks.
First pitch to Johnston. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Back pick, not in time.
Pretty good throw that time.
Good throw from Barrios, trying to get the runner out at third and end it there. Johnston looking to make up. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging. She swings and misses at that one. Quickly falls behind in a hole 0-2. Johnston in another 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. Just miss that outside corner. It'll be 1-2. Knight's second baseman can do redeem herself. Drive in a couple runners here. Swings through that one. Strike 3. Down goes Johnston. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 5th. I believe that'll do it for the game because if I'm not mistaken, the rule is, I believe, 8 runs after 5 would be a mercy. But it looks like we'll play on here as Knights will take the field. So we'll be back with the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back in. Bottom 5 here in this one. 12-3 the score in favor of the Buckeye Hawks as they look to go for the mercy rule here. And standing in will be the top of the order in Kalia Kaluna. First pitch will be taken for ball 1. Haley Martin still out there working, trying to complete this game for the Knights. 1-0. That one will be roped towards right field. It'll go down for a base hit. So the leadoff hitter reaches with a base hit. It's exactly the start the Hawks are looking for.
Kaluna gets her first base hit of the day. Just 2 more players needed for every single player to get a hit in this Hawks batting order.
Now standing in will be Valvia. 2 for 3 so far, and this one shows bunt, gets it down. Fielder will field it, or pitcher will field it, excuse me. Throw over to first in time for the first out, and the sack bunt works to perfection for Villa. So now standing in is her sister Sophia Villa, and she's 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles.
And a single here makes this a mercy roll game.
First pitch misses, ball 1. The 1-0 offering. Misses a little low, 2-0. Villa so far today, 3 for 3 of those 3 singles. No RBIs though, as she's been the one getting it started. That one will be hitting the air towards right field, moving in and diving, making the grab. There is Bell. Runner's coming home, wide throw, and that'll do it as the run scores. Tagging all the way from second and coming around to score is Kaluna.
That's
The final score will be 13-3 in favor of the Hawks. What a way to end it.
No doubt. I mean, an incredible catch in right field, but this Buckeye team just doing what they do. They keep on running, and that's a fitting way for this game to end.
A diving play in right field resulting in a sac fly from second base is the way this game ends with a mercy roll 13-3 here from Buckeye. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast on Varsity Sports Show. For Diego Dominguez and everyone else behind the scenes, I'm Brady Hanson saying thank you and have a good night.